more information on our downsizing journey, more of the specifics, the practical of how we did it, you can check out our website at livinglightrv.com. What about the outro? Okay, so we just walked into this Aljo and it has a funky smell. Renovation. We're still in the demolishing phase. Kent's taking out carpet in the bedroom. Organized, like this is the kitchen hardware, this is the living room hardware, bathroom, this is the cab area hardware. So yeah, that hopefully will help us figure out where things go in the end. All right. Alright, we are at day 7. We're leaving in 1 week, guys. Ah, this is so exciting!
What day is it? Day 4 is done.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Hey, you know what?
What?
I'm Living Light RV.
I'm Living Light RV. We did it, guys! We're in our house. On wheels. We're just heading out right now to go to our farewell party. Oh, look how pretty she is!
Oh my word! This is home.
This is home. This is our home.
So it doesn't quite seem real yet. So it's sort of like a dream. So I guess I'm living the dream.
And I'm a good passenger because this is definitely the way to deal with rush hour.
Just talk.
Woo, weird. All right, let's go. Come on.
And there we are. Hey.
Hey, guys. Welcome to Friday Night Livestream with Kent and Lisa.
Hey, if any of you have ever taken the time and watched and got into an RV and anticipated it, that's what that beginning intro does for me. It's like... It was touch and go for a while. Is this gonna actually work? And it actually did. So I love that intro, and I'm like, I want to keep that around for a little bit. I usually keep that. I usually go on to the next intro and then just keep creating. And it's like this one, I just like it for a little bit.
Are you guys surprised? Kent is Mr. Nostalgia, and I'm Mrs. Let's see what's around the next corner.
That's right. She takes the rear view mirror and just
rip it off. Like,
what's the point?
What do you need a rear view mirror for? All right, you guys, welcome tonight. It is going to be a fun night, and you guys are going to be the ones who make it fun because it's question and answer period. So the whole evening is all ask your camp host anything.
Yeah.
Kent and I are camp hosting this season. This is our
31 degrees right here, Fahrenheit.
Is it cold?
Okay, -1.
It's really cold. Anyway, we're going to talk about the weather in a second. We're going to answer your questions. So keep those in mind. I know some of you have already asked a couple. When we say now ask questions, retype those questions, put them in all caps so that we can see them easily.
Yeah.
And
we'll glean what we can that have already been asked. I saw 1 or 2, but yeah, if you need to retype it, retype it.
Because it's hard for us to just scroll back and find those comments.
We're not amazing.
But you guys are amazing. Look how many people are in the house already. I think we've got, like 18 or 20 in the house already. This is fantastic. That never changes.
That never shows up perfect.
Anyway, this is going to be super duper fun. And welcome to Melon, Nettie. Welcome to Bridget, Machida. And I see retired old timers in the house. Econo Box Garage. I keep saying cafe because it's their website.
Yeah.
That's Ian and Sharon. It looks like we've got RV Living Life. Gary and Carol are in the house. And I was just reading through the comments before we started. And you guys have done an epic an epic travel season, 9,000 miles.
Yes.
From Ontario to BC to California to Quartzsite to Florida.
And then
you can't just say Quartzsite to Florida. That's a huge amount of distance. And then back up to Ontario, where you guys are probably freezing your butts off for the next month or two until it decides to warm up.
Yes.
Our oldest daughter actually just moved to Ontario last week. So we'll be keeping in touch with her to figure out how the weather is going and all that kind of stuff. So welcome, you guys. Welcome everybody here. I know I missed a bunch of you guys. Tumbleweed RV Life is in the house. I see Jim Bertrand is in the house tonight. And who else? I'm sure I'm missing other. Greg and Shelley are here.
There's our current.
Okay, they've got a big burning question. Richard and Bridget. Nice
and we do have a bunch of questions that have been given to us. So we've got these ones that are live and the ones that are already pre-populated. So we're good.
We've got and Melanetti got a new bus.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Well
so
done.
Exciting,
I'm sure they had the butterflies in the tummy going, I can't believe we're giving up this rig to go into the new rig.
Exactly. All right.
Must have been.
We have questions coming in already.
Yes.
Let's answer these ones and then we'll take a little break. Kent has a
Nathan.
video clip for us. And Nathan Urick, actually, I have a question from yours from a long time ago.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. All right. So let's answer these quick questions. Tumbleweed RV Life has a whole bunch of cues. Way to go. That's awesome. You guys, if you could just copy their pattern.
Do what they're doing.
Do like
a whole bunch of cues
and then your question. So that'll pop up out of the stream so we can answer those questions. Tumbleweed RV Life is Christian and Tracy. They have a YouTube channel. They are also patrons. So thank you guys for your patron support. Part of our Patreon family. Extra special bit of love to you guys.
And the Blue Wrench.
And also Blue Ranch, that's right. Thanks to our moderators tonight. You guys go ahead and put your links in the chat for your website, your YouTube channel, your Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is you want to promote tonight. And you guys, we would not do live streams without our moderators. So thank you guys so much for being here and for making this a safe space and a fun place for everybody. So Tumbleweed, RV Life has a question. Have you ever had a situation where you said, heck no, they don't pay me enough?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Whenever you are looking for the job, you will find a bunch of those ones.
A bunch of those tasks?
No, a bunch of the, a bunch of those campgrounds that are offering employment. You know, 5 days a week. It's not that hard. And we'll pay you, 7 or 8 peanuts. Yeah. No problem.
I know. There were some that we were looking for when we were looking for this job location that were a definite no. Heck no, that's not enough pay to do that job. We know how much work it is to be camp hosts.
Yes.
And you need to be compensated for that. So definitely not enough pay. And what about tasks?
And when you've already been at a camp hosting job, so those that are veterans, and you have gotten paid well for who you are and you've been treated well, then you know what to measure it with. Yeah,
exactly.
What about jobs?
I'm trying to think of well, there. Okay, you guys just brace yourself because this is total, like, we're just gonna pull all the stops and it's gonna be like just full on real life.
Are you gonna tell us the good and the bad and the ugly?
We are.
See, Lisa takes care of the driver's seat when it comes to questions and answers because she's the one that reads it. She sees who read it, and I'm just here looking pretty.
I just want to do a quick shout out to a few people that just joined us. Nathan Urick is in the house. Kathy Ott, hello, nice to see you. And we've got Scott and Janet Wickstead from PEI. We say Nova Scotia. Yes. I'm not sure why. You guys are from Prince Edward Island. Oh man, that's right. I told you what I got there.
That's on the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, and I also saw that a bunch of you guys were in Quartzsite hanging out with Next Exit, and
not fair.
We are so jealous.
Not fair.
We really wanted to head down there this winter, but you know what? Maybe next winter. We're really hoping
we got it on the schedule.
But back to Tumbleweed's question. So you were thinking of it from a job perspective.
From a job.
I'm thinking of it from a task perspective.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it from an employer.
There have been a couple of tasks where I haven't been able to do it. One of them, there was vomit all over the ladies' bathroom. Told you it was going to get real tonight. And I walked in there and went, oh, heck no, I'm not touching this. So my knight in shining armor came and he actually
got on the radio and said, help.
Yeah, I said maintenance. So, So
and
that was the worst one, I think.
I just dig into stuff. What I do is I just turn on the water and I started flushing.
Mentally go somewhere else. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, get rid of it.
So that was the worst. I mean, there's other bathroom messes that you just kind of go, hold your breath and get it done as fast as you can. Wear gloves, cover your face with a mask, whatever you have to do to just get it done.
And guess what? There's a whole bunch of good. that also you get to do. So that's just part of it.
Yeah. So I hope that answers your question, Kristen and Tracy. I thought that was
when we were in Drumheller, we got to drive people down to the river and drop them off with canoes and say, see you in 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. You like that one. You like that job, that task. I love you guys are chatting with each other. That's great. It looks like X marks the spot. Richard and Hope are down in Texas.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, so when you do get into those situations, call in the reinforcements.
Yeah.
Ask for at least some camaraderie here. Exactly. I'm suffering, and somebody should know that I'm suffering, so get on the phone.
Tired Retired Old Timer says, Kent's the savior, small s.
Yeah.
Definitely small s.
Small s or small a?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Mike Goen says, hi guys, Mike from Chilliwack. Any plans to add to your family eventually, as in a 4-legged kid? Yes. So some of you may not have heard, but Daphne has passed away. She passed away about, I guess, a month and a half.
We said goodbye to her about March 3-4 weeks ago. Yeah. We made it. We put it on our community page. It was part of our live chat. So in real time, you guys knew about it.
Yeah. So we are missing her for sure. There are lots of days where we're just kind of like, oh, it's just kind of empty around here without the dog, especially being at a new place. I know she would have loved to run around this campground and have lots of fun chasing gophers again. But also, we know that the temperature is really extreme here. Like, we're going to show you a clip in a minute of how cold it's been.
Yeah.
And how we know it's going to get super hot here because we're just out on the bald prairie. Like, there's no shelter or shade. So,
as you know.
So, hang on. So, there's a little bit of me that says, yes, Mike, I would love to get another dog. And we probably will at some point. But for right now, I think we're happy to just kind of not do the dog thing for a bit.
When you're out working, and you're gone for a few hours from your rig, or you've driven away and you're gone for 4 or 5, 6 hours, to not have the stress of wondering if one of your systems failed and you're going to come back to a tragedy is sometimes a relief.
It's stressful
because you're just always managing that.
Yeah.
And you just are. You're just taking care of it, but that's fine.
We have some new people in the house. I don't think I've met you guys before. This is
Sarita?
Bonnie Jindrak. So Gary and Bonnie watching from Tennessee. Welcome, you guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. And Sarita Penman, also from Northern California. So,
and of course, if you guys have questions, type in Q, and then write in your question, and we will get to you.
And specifically trying to focus on camp hosting.
Oh,
ask your camp
anybody
host
need
anything.
Any firewood?
Hang on.
How about ice?
Hang on, because there's also one that kind of made me chuckle here. X marks the spot says, I loved watching you guys chasing a squirrel out of a cabin. That was actually a gopher. And yes, they are
Richardson ground squirrel.
It is the Richardson ground squirrel. So it is a type of squirrel for sure. And it was the weirdest thing because it didn't freak out. It was just really laid back.
It was, it was like,
I'm in the wrong spot.
It had a cowboy attitude of,
totally.
Well, exactly. I guess I'm getting out of this cabin anytime soon.
Thanks, Mike.
Pilgrim.
Yeah, it is definitely. We're trying to be the best pet owners we can be. So when the time is right, then we will introduce you all to our new fur baby, whoever that is. All right. So did we miss any other questions? I feel like I think Bridget might have asked one a few minutes ago. Let me just see if I can grab that one. Hey. Oh, yes, she did. Bridget Machida said.
Go ahead.
Do you love it when I interrupt you constantly?
Yeah. I'll just.
Bridget asked us, how many people are at the RV park? So, Bridget, I don't know if you mean on staff or if you mean as campers, but this is a huge park. So, as far as staff is concerned, operation. There are 8 couples.
Yep.
For CAMPHOST.
That's just camp hosting.
That's just camp hosting.
Then there's also a gift store. There's also a registration store. There's also a full train operation where there will be trains running every single week. What do they call that?
They're all themed trains.
What do they call
really cool.
the brunch train?
There's a champagne brunch. There's Sunday. Mother's Day event. There's Father's Day event. They've got an 80s night. They've got their Train of Terror in October. They've got Polar Express in December. They've got just regular sightseeing.
Full-time
trains,
event location.
That's a whole
all
staff
the time.
Involved there.
Oh, and there's also a lagoon which has groomed sand.
But we're talking about staff right now and people in the park.
Okay, well.
Stay focused.
Sorry, focus.
Anyway, so there are lots of staff on site, and as far as campers are concerned, we only had about 3 campers and then maybe 4 campers. And on Thursday, which was yesterday, there were 72 campers, camping units that showed up at some point yesterday. So now the park isn't full, but it's definitely filling up, and it feels fun. It's like, it's a real campground now with people having fires and
there's actually
riding bikes and all that fun stuff.
Group sites that have a group building, And so big groups will come in, they'll take the building also, and then they have a place where the stove in there that they can fire in the wood and they can play games and all kinds of things can happen there too. So they circle the wagons naturally. Like it's just set up for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's huge. It's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. RV living life. Yes. Fur babies generally do fall into your lap. And so that is kind of what we're just waiting for.
Which just happened to our daughter.
Oh, you guys, we didn't tell you. I'll be really quick on this. Some of you know our daughter Anna lives in Africa, and she found a puppy that was laid at her gate of her yard, and it was mostly dead. So she did what she could to just make it comfortable.
Mostly lethargic.
Assuming that it was not going to make it through the night, and it made it through the night. And so she said, well, I guess I'll just try and keep taking care of it until it's gone.
And now
she has a puppy dog. Yep. She's doing really well.
Came by and saw her 2 days ago.
Gave her all of her shots and her clean bill of health. And her name is Cinder for Cinderella, because she's a street dog in Africa, and now she's a princess living with Anna, and Anna's taking care of her. So she's adorable. Anyway, one of these days we'll send you some pictures of her, but I can't wait to meet her. I have a new grandpuppy. Alrighty, here we go. Got another question?
How did you find out they were looking for new hosts? Is there a site that advertises these types of jobs? The answer is yes.
That's a great question, Mike. Thank you for asking that. Because I know some of you also are thinking of doing this as part of your RV life, is to do some work camping. We found this job on Indeed.ca. So if you just go to Indeed.ca or I guess in the States, do you guys have a .com? Indeed.com? I don't know. But anyway,
there's
type in seasonal, type in campground, type in camping, type in maintenance, like kind of what the keywords that you're looking for, and just take time to scroll through. It took me a few weeks of looking through to find the job that I wanted. But that's basically how that works.
And get started when?
You can also look on Kijiji for jobs. You can also look probably on Craigslist for jobs.
Yes.
I'm trying to think if there's any other.
Oh, in the States, I know that Dina and Shalane have really focused on that, and they've had probably about another 8 or 9 or 10 different options. So there's a lot of different options that we don't have access to in the States that you can find when you're at Quartzsite. They will be offering those jobs at the big tent.
Yeah, if you are in Quartzsite in the winter, definitely look around there for work camping jobs. I think there's a website, a work campers. .com or something like that you can go to, but we found that almost all of those are American jobs, which as Canadians we can't work in the States. So also
start talking to other RVers, and a lot of them, and just keep asking that question and fire it out there on a whole bunch of YouTube channels. Hey, if I want to work this summer and I'm in this location, where should I look?
And I want to just add to this conversation a little bit to say that if you think it's too late to look for a camp hosting job, like let's say for this season, it might not be, because we had a weird thing happen already where we had all 8 couples ready to go, ready to get trained, ready to start our shifts. We were already working our schedule, and one couple dropped out. They actually had given a 3-week notice, but the email didn't go through, so it felt like a last minute thing. And so now, just I think yesterday, a new couple showed up. So even though camping is already happening, even in like May or June or July, things happen and people's lives change. And so if you are looking to do camp hosting, but you're like, oh, I already missed the boat for this season, don't despair. You might still find a job.
Call the manager, say, hey, I'd like to put my resume in for next year. Also, in case you have any shifting of plans for this staff for this year, give me a call.
And actually, that's a good point, Kent. Even if you don't see a certain campground on one of those websites that we mentioned, if there's one that you want to work at in your area, let's say you live in a town and there's a campground close by, just drop off resume or just call them or email them and say, hey, looking to work this summer as a camp host. So yeah, definitely just take the bull by the horns and do what you need to do to get that job that you're looking for. All right. Thanks, Mike. That was a great question. All right. We have one from Melanetti, Living Free, zip code less. Again, Melanetti, our patron. So thank you guys so much for your Patreon support. And they had one more before that. Excellent. Okay. So the first question is, do you enjoy camp hosting?
I enjoy meeting people.
Yes.
And so, yes, I enjoy camp hosting because it's interactive. What did the little kid say?
Oh, it was so cute. Kent and I pulled up on the Gator. So we don't have golf carts here. We have like the bigger Gator.
I'll show you that in a second.
And the little kid comes up. He's like 3 years old, and he like puts his hand on the tire, like all cool, right? Yeah. He goes, is this a monster truck? And Kent goes, yeah, it's a baby monster truck. It was just so good. the kid was like, ooh, a baby monster truck.
It's going to get big.
So yeah, we do enjoy when camp hosting works. We love it. We love meeting the people, connecting with people, doing all the tasks that we have to do to make everybody have a fantastic holiday while they're here.
Yeah.
But Mel and Eddie also know that not all of our camp hosting experiences have been amazing. Some of them have been really hard, and they're not difficult because of the campers. Usually it's management.
Yep.
So when you are looking for a camp hosting job, kind of follow your gut. If you're not getting along with the manager, or if you have suspicions about things, just be really careful.
Yeah. And there's two components to that. Make sure you get that one before, like, make sure you hold on to that.
Okay.
But there's two components to that. You can have a really good manager, but the pressure that the manager's under from the owners is pushing them in a direction that they wouldn't naturally go to, which means everything feels confusing as to why are we doing it that, or why are things not working? Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know, because the owners might say, hey, we're selling this year. And so now everything is turned for that to happen. And it's like, can't the goal actually be that the campers that come here have a great time? No, that's not the goal this year.
Yeah,
and it's like, come on. And then the camp host is like, you know, they get the pressure from upstairs at the ownership level through the managers, and it's confusing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you just want everybody to have a great time.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, overall, we love camp hosting. Yes. Melanie also asked another question before it disappears. Have you thought about gate guarding? Doing any gate guarding? We don't call it that here in Canada. I think what that means is like if you're at the national park and like doing ticket taking as people come in.
I think oil and gas companies do gate guarding also, and we do have that in Canada. Yeah. So we'd have to look into that to figure that out.
Yeah, we have not looked into it.
It's not as like, I know a lot of people in the States have done gate guarding. Yeah. What's his name?
Greg and Shelley
did gate guarding.
I think Dean and Shalane
I've seen another couple in Florida that did that. Yeah. And so in Canada, we just haven't had that terminology, so it doesn't sound the same, but it's probably the same job.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely should look into that. That's a good one. We'll have to check that for another time. So.
And they might even be shorter contracts.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And Mike also asks, by the way, who covers you for when you're on days or time off? Like we said, there's 8 couples here.
8 couples.
Right now our schedule is, go ahead.
Oh, we're doing an afternoon evening shift for 5 days in a row.
Yeah.
And then we're 4 days off. And then we're also doing the morning to afternoon shift 5 days in a row and 4 days off. And that's not perfectly fit. Like, there will be a bit of changes through that.
But close.
But with 8 couples, it's pretty consistent. But long weekends and things like that change it. But everybody's getting a good shake through that. And there's a good amount of equipment. It's great. But, and the question is...
Who covers for you?
Who covers? So, okay, because of that mix, there's people off and then people on, and it's and there's an overlap. Yeah. So it's fine. Yeah, it works. Exactly. Oh, and there's more couples on at certain times.
So we have worked camp hosting before where there have not been enough staff.
Yes.
And that's very frustrating because you are working all the time, and even when you're off, you're not really off. Or you're doing a split shift where you work at this time and then you cover someone else's supper in the middle of your afternoon off or whatever. So that can be really frustrating as well. So definitely do your research if you're looking into doing this.
You know, sometimes the management are the ones at fault for not having enough staff. Exactly. And they just choose, we won't do enough staff. We'll just put in a few more shifts. And it's like, that burns people out.
Kathy Ott gave a good suggestion here. She said, one can also look on Facebook. Several Facebook pages list them, such as Gate Guard Ladies. Awesome. Thanks, Kathy. That's helpful. For sure. We'll look into that. Okay. RV Living Life. Gary and Carol ask us a big question. Do all the camp hosts share the same work, or do you all have different jobs? And who works harder, Kent or Lisa?
There you go. That's a great question.
Very good question.
Yes.
As far as
next question is...
As far as this campground is concerned, like we said, everybody kind of has their own, like the camp hosts all do the same tasks, and then the train people and the restaurant people, et cetera, et cetera.
And what's different this year is Lisa and I are doing the same job together.
Exactly. So before it was like the girls would do the pink jobs and the boys would do the blue jobs. So one campground we worked at, I was in the office and my mom was in the office, and kind of all the girls did the office stuff, and then the guys were all doing yard work,
delivery, yard work,
and they were doing bathrooms,
hauling hoses to hook up sprinklers,
and we were just in the office the whole time. The next campground job we had, I was doing bathrooms,
and I was doing yard maintenance,
housekeeping, and laundry for the cabins, and Kent was doing yard and maintenance, and neither of us did any office work. At this job, we both are on the gator all day together. So we're both cleaning fire pits, and we're both cleaning bathrooms, and we're both helping campers, and we're both we both have all the Camphosts have the registration app on our phones, so that we can actually assist campers if they want to trade sites or if they want to extend their stay.
That's powerful.
So it's not in the office, but there is a little bit of administration that we get to do here as well. So it's an awesome job. We're really enjoying it. All right. I'm not sure why our dash cam is beeping all day. We'll have to figure that out one of these moments. It's full. Okay, so Kent, let's play the video clip of a little bit of what it's been like so far.
All right, and we'll be right back to you.
Well, guys, this is what camp hosting can look like in Alberta at the middle of May, middle of April. We're not even at April 15th yet, you guys. Check it out. Yep, that's snow, and it's cold, and it's windy, and we have several layers on, but we're having a gas. We're still loving this job. It's amazing, even though it's cold and windy. Crazy. Feels like I'm a 10-year-old living in northern BC, getting ready for walking to school. It takes forever. It's so much work to put on all these layers. But anyway, you guys have a fantastic day. Just wanted to give you a quick update.
That is camp hosting in parts of Canada in April.
Guys, it has been so cold. Like, it's unreal. Like minus 15 with wind chill kind of cold. It's gross.
Yeah, like 5 layers of let's just stay warm.
Exactly, and windy. So that today is starting to warm up a bit. So we are at the beginning of our days off right now. So by the time we come back, we're expecting it to be in the double digits and stay that way for the rest of the season. So that's our plan.
So we're done with the winter stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. Richard Machida and Bridget said the internet's pretty poor. So yeah, you guys catch up with us later. All right. We can't ignore the question though. Who works harder, Kent or Lisa?
All right. Don't ignore it.
Who works harder?
Well, who opened the door that was locked the other day?
Okay, here's the deal. Kent works smarter and I work harder. That's actually
that is
true.
Totally true. Yes.
That's exactly what it is. I have a pretty high standard of clean. So anytime I'm doing anything, I do it like 110%. It's as clean as I can possibly make it. But I will scrub and scrub and scrub, and Kent will be like, oh, use this product, and he'll use it and it gets it clean with like 2 seconds. So he definitely works smarter and I work
I've been
harder.
in the chemical business, so I understand. It's like, hey, do I really want to work for half an hour or in 20 seconds?
For sure. All right. Jim Bertrand has a question. As Canadians, can you do work camping in the USA? I thought you guys did that a few years ago. So you can if you qualify. So you have to get, I think you have to get a working visa from the government to get permission to work down there. You also will then be doing your IRS tax stuff and all that kind of thing. So
depending on who's paying you. But
you have to jump through some hoops.
See, we live in Alberta, so we've seen people that live in Calgary that go down to Texas and work for 5 weeks. Like even one of our friends that does work in with, anyways. And so, yes, he gets paid from a Canadian source, which means I don't know if he's paying IRS taxes. I don't know. I know that there's people that work in Disney World at
from all over the world.
So, from all over the world. And so can Canadians work in the States? The answer is yes, if their situation allows it. Yeah. So can we? Well, can you write a book while you're in the States? Like, you know, it depends on what kind of work you're talking about.
States and we get paid for that, but we get paid.
You can't go to an employer in the States and just say, I want to get hired and they say, sure. It's got to be much differently set up than that. But
I think what Jim is talking about is when we first started on the road and you were working for IGC.
Yeah.
And Kent was going down to do conferences and to do training seminars and that kind of thing. And so we were working while we were in the States, but we were working for a Canadian company and getting paid through a Canadian company. And they were sending us to these different locations. Yes. So that's one way that you can do it, which is a little bit different.
Work,
but that is a good question.
Yeah, and don't abuse that because that's not the... the way to
Carol
make things
Salo
work.
says hello. Hi, Carol. Nice to see you. All right, so we've got I'm like way back on the questions here. Do we have next? Okay, Scott and Janet have a question. Do you get paid a salary each as well as free camping? So again, every camp hosting situation is a little bit different,
and this one is awesome.
We used to do it hourly, so you do your hourly wage. Yeah. And then that kind of didn't work out because the one that we were at, it's raining, so the maintenance guys don't have to work.
Yeah. So and then all of a sudden it's like I got my shifts cut.
Yeah.
Because it was raining.
Yeah.
And not everybody got their shift cut, but the ones that are on hourly got their shifts cut.
The family members did it.
No.
Yeah, good old nepotism. Anyway, so that was frustrating. So I would still be working. Kent's hours would get cut, and Kent's like, I don't mind if I work in the rain. Like, I don't care. I can find stuff to do in the rain. Yeah. But so that was frustrating. So hourly wage we find is not the best. I know there was another campground, not us, but my mom and dad actually were working at where only one of them got paid. So they're both working, but only one got paid. So that changes all the way that you do your taxes and all that kind of stuff. So that was not ideal either, I don't think. This particular situation, we get a salary. So we get paid the same amount on the 15th and the same amount on the 30th of the month. And that's it.
No.
Hang on.
Okay.
So that's it as far as like we do our shifts and we do our work, but we're not keeping track of hours.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a concern with that you are going to be asked to do more hours than what you're actually getting paid for.
Yeah.
But they're pretty good so far of keeping to the schedule, the 5 on, the 4 off. And so as long as that maintains, then we'll be good.
Yeah. And if you've said, I'm going to work for 5 hours for these hours, and they ask you to work more, you could say, you could have a conversation at that moment and say, is this going to balance out, or is this paid extra? Because what we
if it's going to be a totally different thing,
was 44 hours at this rate, and now it's going to be 49 hours at this rate. So it could have a conversation. What we found is this at this location is that the pay is good.
Yeah.
The campsite that we're staying at for 7 months is added.
It's free. Like we don't have to pay.
There's no cost. There's no worry about that.
So to answer your question,
it doesn't go through our paycheck.
Yeah. So we get our paycheck.
We get our power.
Our campsite. Full hookups.
Soon we'll get water.
Yeah. Once the water gets turned on. And one quirky little task we have to do at this campground, which we've never seen before, is food deliveries.
Yeah.
Because they have a restaurant on site. And so people order from the restaurant, they order takeout, and we deliver it to their site.
And
so
on the weekends, that gets taken care of by their delivery guy who drives around on in the car. But on a long weekend, like yesterday, all of a sudden it's like, food delivery, another food delivery, and another one.
So we got tips.
Another one.
And so that's tips. An extra bit of money that comes in as well. So
and they get their pizza delivered to their campsite.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's good. So I hope that answers your questions, Scott and Janet, to let you know kind of how the pay works in different campgrounds. Now, all of the camp hosting we've done, our site has been part of the deal.
Yeah.
One of them, it was part of our tax.
Oh, one of them was lousy. It was not for our benefit at all.
Yeah. So,
but the second one, actually, the Drumheller one was fine.
Was fine. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So, now please get to one of these.
Okay.
X marks the spot.
I'm just gonna hold this right here, because Scott and Janet have another question, so I'll grab that in a second. But we are gonna go back a little bit because I did ask our Patreon family earlier today if they had any questions for camp hosts or that they've been asked as camp hosts.
Yep.
And we thought these were fantastic. So X marks the spot. Richard and Hope gave us a whole bunch of questions. So thank you guys for these questions. Some of them are fantastic and hilarious. So we haven't really premeditated how we're going to answer them. So we're just going to do this on the fly. We'll probably do it pretty quickly so we can get back to your guys' questions in the live chat here in a second. So just hold off on your questions for 1 second while we grab these questions. Where are they? They're on my computer.
So Carol is RV Living Life, Gary's wife.
Yes.
So they're both in there.
I wondered if it was the same Carol. Awesome. Okay. So X marks the spot asked us, why does the fire ban include my propane fire pit?
Oh, that's a good question because I've never seen that in Canada.
We haven't either.
Okay.
When there's a fire ban
there's a city fire ban, there's a whatever fire ban from the county, propane fire pits are not included.
They're still okay.
Yeah.
So we've never had that question.
Yeah. Now I could see that if it was 150 degrees out in Arizona and they were afraid of even a piece of grass flying through it, or in California.
Yeah, but in where we are, we've never had that question.
We've never seen it.
Number 2, if a tent camper can empty their dishwater onto the ground, why can't I empty my sink water onto the ground?
Well,
that's a good question. And I've actually asked that question as a camper sometimes. I'm like, what's the difference? Like, it's my gray water. It's fine. It's not dirty. It's okay. But yes, you're right. Most campgrounds will not let you do that. They say no.
I have seen campgrounds where there is...
I'm going to let you chat. I got to get an eyelash out of my eye.
Go for it. I've seen the galvanized pipe about this round that goes down into the ground. And that I found was where to dump your gray water. I found that in Yukon. I found that in Oregon. And I only, they didn't advertise it. In Oregon, they did advertise it that way. But everywhere else where I've seen that, that's what it's for. Because that allows the gray water to seep down through the soils and only water gets through at the bottom. So that was a great place to drain off your gray water.
Yeah, but if you don't have that in your campground, then you can't just pull your gray valve and let it drop onto the ground. That's not cool.
Or to just dump.
And what would be the and actually in some campgrounds too, the tenting area is totally separate from the RV area, and the tenting area will have a specific place to dump their gray water, like Kent was saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an interesting thing. And honestly, as a camp host, sometimes you just have to say, I have no idea why, but that's the rule.
Yeah.
And I hate saying that because I really only like to follow rules that make sense. But sometimes you just have to do that.
Tumbleweed RV, they actually do water the bushes and trees with their gray water.
Exactly. If it's allowed, I think it's great. And I don't have a problem with it, but, we had a hose where we could actually take our gray water from our tank to a location. Like it would drain onto a tree, or it would drain into a plant area,
or down into a ravine.
Yeah, exactly.
And away from just any odors.
And of course, if you're doing that, make sure you're using bio-friendly soap and all that kind of stuff. So there's a word, it's not in my brain. All right, but we've got to get through the rest of these questions. X Marks the Spot says, do you make enough money as a host to pay your bills? And the question is, the answer is yes, we do actually. In this particular campground, we're getting paid quite well. The other ones, we got paid enough.
Yes.
It wasn't like a lot, but it was enough to pay our bills.
We found
now
that
we
this
have a
one
pretty
is the
low
best.
budget. So I think if people had a higher budget and they had more payments that they had to make, it might be tight.
You won't be able to keep the Learjet. Sorry.
Yeah, I know, right?
Can't do that.
Some people who are camp hosting here right now are doing this as a side gig. So they already have an income, or they have their pension or whatever. And this is what they call their mad money. So, it's kind of just whatever situation you're in. All right. Next question. What's your favorite part of hosting at the site you are in this summer?
Excellent. What is our favorite
part so far of hosting at this site this summer? Well, we don't know yet because we are just starting. But so far, I am loving our managers.
Yeah.
They're
Isn't that great?
Amazing. They are every day, a couple times a day.
Two different managers.
Anytime we have any interactions with them, one of them is campground manager, the other one is administration. And every time, they are polite, they're friendly, they're kind, they know the answer, they are laid back, they're smiling, they say thank you, they say it's just incredible.
Like, one of them will even say, I know you asked that question and I could, but I have to find out if I'm allowed to. Yeah. So let me get back to you.
Yeah. But they always do it with respect, and that's just incredible. So far, we're loving the managers.
Oh, and guess what? We have some of you guys that have already booked.
Yes.
To come to this campground and stay with us.
Yeah.
Well done.
It's fantastic. So you guys, as a note on that, if you are wanting to come and visit us this summer, please let us know. Yeah. Like, send us an email and let us know your dates that you're booked so that we can make sure that we're here. Either we're going to be working, or that we don't go off camping, at Abraham Lake and you show up and we're not here. So make sure you send us an email, hello@livinglightrv.com, so we know when you're coming. Okay, next question. Do you have golf cart races when the boss isn't looking?
No.
First of all, we have gators here.
Yep.
And I don't think we would do that. No. But I can see that at the end of the season, when there's a big party celebrating, there might be a few races.
There's so much fun happening already.
You guys were laughing guts out.
We're not pressure cooked to at least have a little bit of fun. No, we're having a good time already. Last
night, it was so cold and so snowy. We were singing Christmas carols all night on the Gator.
Yeah.
So,
hey,
all right.
Even just so you know, they've even I've had discussions with the other people that run this place, and they may actually hire me to do some drone footage and to put some video editing together. So Like, this is a great place for it, and I'll show you some of that footage. I've got about a minute for it, drone footage. But can you imagine having the sunset train footage and all that stuff? Well, they don't have a library of all that kind of footage yet. And so I want them to have that when I'm done.
Do you guys think Kent's totally equipped for that? He's so excited to do this. I'm happy for him. It'll be great. Here's another question. Do you have to clean bathrooms? Yes, we have to clean bathrooms, and they're not as bad as everybody thinks. Everybody's like, I don't want to clean bathrooms.
Hey, we've seen lots of different varieties of bathrooms at camps, at campgrounds. Yeah. And what we don't like is cleaning bathrooms where everything's broken. Yes. Like the tile is broken and the wall is hanging out. Oh my goodness. I cleaned up at one campground and the floors weren't even level. Like they were like this, right? So that you couldn't get into any nooks and crannies to clean anything. And I've only killed, I think, 2 spiders. Yeah. So far. So this campground is like spider free. And she's not the type of person that lets them go. No, she'll kill them. Oh. But she hasn't seen them. Yeah. Okay. Now Jeff Lloyd has a question. Okay. Where are we?
Oh, yes. We are in, this is a good question. We are in Aspen Crossing, which is in Mosley. It's a little tiny town in Alberta. By tiny, we mean super, super tiny.
About an hour away from Calgary.
Yep. It is half an hour east of, if you know this area, it's I know Jeff does. Half an hour east of Okotoks, half an hour south of Strathmore, and half an hour north of Vulcan. We went to Vulcan today.
We were in Vulcan.
And if the word Vulcan makes you think of Star Trek, then it should, because it's all about Star Trek down there. And we will be doing a video and giving you some
because it's about a tour of Vulcan. Leonard Nimoy knows where Vulcan is in Alberta. They actually wanted to release one of the movies there first. There's no movie theater even because it's Vulcan. So everything's just a little bit like, hey, Star Trek, it's our brotherhood. So like it's just funny.
Anyway, so yes, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, but yeah, close enough to the city. So
we're actually in the county of Vulcan right now.
Exactly. Okay, now next question from X Marks the Spot. We're almost done. They're patrons. This is why they're getting patron priority, you guys. That's right. The question
they got back to us.
They also answered the question. Yeah. What about bears? Are they a problem at your campground? I don't think we'll have bears in this campground. I think we will have gophers. I think we might have foxes and coyotes and
maybe owls and other
some birds. Yep, and that's about it. So
cobra
out in the
chickens,
prairies, no bears.
Maybe cobra chickens.
Yeah, lots of Canadian cobra chickens. For sure.
What those are is the Canadian geese that if you get in their face and mess with them, they'll come at you.
Yeah, exactly. Bridget Machida also had asked us earlier, where is this cool campground? So I just answered that for her and for Jeff. That's good. Donna Lynn Schmidt asked us a question a bit ago. What are the prime sites? Where are the prime sites in this campground? So that's a really good question, because that's a question that a lot of people ask a camp host. So where's the best site? Where should I book? And
it depends on the time of year.
What do you want? What are you looking for? Are you looking for shade? Are you looking for privacy? Are you looking for sunshine? Are you looking for close to a bathroom? Are you looking for away from the bathroom? Are you looking for close to the entrance so you can come and go easily late at night? Or are you looking for something
a group
far
campsite?
Away? Yeah, group campsite. You're looking for one with fire pits. There are some campgrounds that have no fire pits. This one has fire pits.
The bears are at Cultus Lake, Carol says.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes, Carol and Gary actually got that bear on their dash cam. Security cam outside of their house, outside of their rig.
They're like, why is our security? Yeah. Why do I have 5 files from last night? Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. They showed us the video. It's awesome. So, yes, there are bears at Cultus, but not here. Yeah. And I think that's it for those questions. Let's go back to you guys, back to the live stream questions. And
Jane says, I think we will leave on the 25th now. ETA in Regina would be 27th.
So Jane Bray?
Yeah. So
yes, because
whatever works with us, to see us, we'll make it work.
Yeah, sounds good.
We've already got our wood delivered.
Yep, we got wood.
Yeah. On the outtake, what do you call it? Outro. On the outro today, when you see it, I'll show you some drone footage, but you'll see our rig with a whole mess of cedar rounds right behind it, because they had just all got dropped off yesterday. And so, we'll have some fire.
So we got an axe to grind.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, like really, we have to grind the axe so that it can be sharpened.
I can use it the way it is. Lisa's like, please sharpen it.
Oh, I can't split wood with it. It's too dull. All right.
They have lots of pull-throughs, Jeff.
Scott and Janet, a long time ago, like half an hour ago, asked us a question. Do they have weekly or monthly rates to stay there? Yes, they do. Yes. Actually. And I think it's about $1,000 a month. So I'm not sure what the weekly rate is. So yeah, that's always nice to know when you're going to stay for a while.
Rates and weekend rates. And excursions on the trains, you will have some discount. So talk to us first.
Nathan Urick says anybody that can smile like that on that weather deserves a raise.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nathan. I'll let my boss know.
I did see that.
That's awesome. All right, I'm just looking for more.
You're looking for more
questions.
This is a great place.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Not too far from Mary Lou Grabowski either.
Oh, hang on. There's an answer. RV Living Life gave us an answer to the gray water question. Answer is they allow you to dump your gray water from a container used in the sink.
Yes.
Good. But not from your holding tank, as they fear chemicals. And I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Because in your holding tank, there can be chemicals. And also, that dash cam, I'm telling you.
Got set up today.
It's worse than the smoke detector beeping. Yes. And I also think, too, like when you're dumping your gray tank, isn't there some potential of the black water mixing with it, or no?
No.
Okay. No. I was wondering about that. So yes, chemicals is probably a very good reason. All right, here we go. Okay, can you see any other questions? Did I miss any?
All right. There we go. Who can't leave a message? RV Solar Homesteaders on the road. Jeff Lloyd's. We found your channel. Your comments are turned off, so we can't leave a message. Okay, fine. There you go. Hopefully,
our comments are turned off?
No. Hopefully, on Jeff's, he can get that fixed if he wants to fix it.
Okay. Okay, I hear you.
There you go.
What you're saying. And they said they drove right by it when they came home. So you guys were on the island, and you're in northern Alberta already. So maybe that's what it is. I know that's where you guys kind of live for.
And yes, there's lots of pull-through sites here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, here we go. Imperial RVing. Hi guys, nice to see you. Have a great question. How do you keep track of your hours worked? Do you have to punch in on a time clock or sign in when you start and finish work? We have done that in the past at other campgrounds, but this campground is salary position. Yeah. So we just do our shift and don't worry about, working an extra half an hour here and ending half an hour early on a busy day. So it's kind of nice, actually. I'm really enjoying
They're not Hawkeye on us either.
Yeah.
It's like, you'll do your job. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, until yesterday, the campground was pretty empty. So there was work to do, but when it got cold and when it got really dark and cold and windy and cold, we
go get warm somewhere.
We would spend our time doing other things, like still work related, but going through the app and learning how the app works for the reservations. Or
that app is powerful because we can actually go into reservations or see and look at all of the data. Like they're giving us all access to everything, so we can do some changes and understand what's happening at the campground. It's really cool.
But I was saying that to say...
Go ahead. Hey, go ahead.
To just say that, there's flexibility in what we do during our work hours. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. We're loving it.
Excellent. Hey, Mary Lou.
Oh, links.
If you order pizza, I am not delivering to your house on the Gator.
Oh, I love that Mary Lou's here. All right. So, Tumbleweed says there could be links here, which is possible. Yep. And Mary Lou says garter snakes.
Yeah,
definitely going to be garter snakes and even maybe rattlesnakes. I don't know. It's
out in Alberta and out in Saskatchewan, there's antelope, there's deer, there's all of the game.
I know in Drumheller they had rattlesnakes and a huge garter snake. We saw the most beautiful, gorgeous garter snake. It had bright yellow stripes down the side.
Porcupines, skunks.
Yeah.
So
we'll probably see some of that here too, which is fine as long as they're on the ground.
And I'm going to make sure I get up to Drumheller and get some drone footage.
Exactly.
On an afternoon when the sun's going down.
Jane Wester Park right beside us. That's the premium site.
Excellent.
Sounds good. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. I'm looking so forward to it. Excellent. Alrighty. Anything else we see?
Hugs
here?
all around, Jane.
That's right. Aw, Net Melanie says that smile is how Ruby made it to Canada. Yes. Ruby's doing great. She's not happy with the cold weather, but
she'll soon have her winter boots off.
It'll be good.
The ones we got in Whitehorse.
And yeah, we totally want to hang out with Mary Lou and everybody else who's in this area. So here's a cool thing. Yeah. Even if you don't want to camp here, you can come in for the day. So they have that lagoon over there that Kent was talking about. There's a beach area. It's not huge, but it's pretty nice. And there's a dock, and you can come in for the day and just park your car in the parking lot and walk in, bring your towel, bring your sunscreen, and a bottle of water, and if it's our day off, we'll come join you and we'll just hang out at the beach all day. And so Mary Lou, Do it.
What do they have for rent at the store?
Yes, they have e-bikes. I think this is new this year. They are renting out e-bikes, and they are not just your typical e-bike. They have a couple there that look like a cafe racer. If you're a motorcyclist, you know what that looks like. It's like a classic, like the ones that are like long and straight. They're just gorgeous e-bikes. We can't
Kawasaki
wait.
900.
Yeah, we're looking forward to trying those out for sure. So definitely e-bikes are in. Okay, do you guys have any other questions about what you want to ask your camp host? If we missed one from you, go ahead and ask it again. Just ask it right now and put either a whole bunch of Q's in front of it or do it all in caps so that we don't miss it on the chat. And yeah, we're here to answer any more questions. In the meantime, I do have a couple other questions that are not camp host related, but they are questions that came into our channel recently. And guys, I'm way behind on answering comments. I am so sorry. I will get to that soon. Because some of you guys are leaving amazing comments. We do read them, but I don't have a chance to answer them all the time. But
as Lisa's jumping to that, I'll tell you that it's cell service here. We're on data, and there is no Wi-Fi or good internet here that from internet providers other than cell phones. So hey, we've opened up our package, and we making sure we have a lot more data than we've ever had before.
So on our days off, when we go visit the kids up in Red Deer, we spend a couple of those days on Wi-Fi, downloading movies and uploading videos and downloading footage and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, a couple of questions while I'm waiting for your questions. Econobox Garage asked us a while ago, how many kilometers are on Bessie now?
Hey, in that opening video, there was 64,000. Now there's 119,000 kilometers.
Yep. Econobox Garage are also Patreon supporters, so you can go ahead and check out their website as well, their YouTube channel. So that'd be youtube.com/econoboxgarage. So thank you, Ian and Sharon, for your support. We love you guys. Alrighty, we've got Tumbleweed RV Life also asked us a question about our trip up north. So I've got a couple of questions here.
Go for it.
Tumbleweed RV Life patrons, thank you for your support. Love you guys. What was your average speed on your trip north? So we had talked about our fuel consumption and our costs, and that was in a different video a while ago. You can go check that out if you're interested in all that data. And they wanted to know what our average speed on our trip. We don't know what the average speed was, but I think like it's not fast. You don't travel fast up there. There's so many potholes and frost heaves and just construction.
Frost heaves are in Calgary.
Yeah, so we've got some bad ones on the way in here. Yeah, if you're coming into Calgary from the west, be really careful on the city outskirts because there's like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Oh my gosh. Anyways.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm guessing we were traveling about 80 kilometers an hour most of the time in Bessie, towing the car. About 80?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 80.
Yeah.
Yeah. 80, 90, right. Somewhere in there.
But not like 120 or 130.
No, but maybe 100.
Yeah, exactly.
RV Life. Living Life says they have Maple Wi-Fi. I'll check that out.
RV Living Life also says, how do you two stay so positive? We love you for that. Oh, thanks you guys.
Yeah, I'll get to that in just a second. I just want to answer this one question. We need Starlink for internet. Got mine. Works great. Thanks, Jim. Yes. I'm liking that Starlink thing. Now let's get back to being positive.
We're pressuring him to do this. I'm pressuring him to do the Starlink thing. It's expensive, but I think it'll be worth it because we're here for like 6 or 7 months. So we might as well.
And we can take it with us.
Bite the bullet. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Totally didn't even think that.
Totally. We could get rid of our cell phones and just always have Starlink. And so we're always connected by a Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Anyways.
And did you see the RV Living Life one that says they use Maple Wi-Fi and they have a discount code? Okay, we'll check that out too. Okay, so we'll do some comparisons. No, it's important because where some campgrounds that you're at when you're hosting, you might not have data or Wi-Fi, so you have to kind of figure that out as you go.
Well, if you're in Yukon, you don't have any data.
Yeah, there's no coverage in the Yukon, that's for sure.
It's like 17 days. Oh, look, I got a signal.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, how do we stay positive? Well, first of all, we get out of the city and go into the country, just the two of us. For weeks and days, so we have to make it work.
I find being in the city is stressful.
Yeah,
being out of the city is helpful. We read our Bibles every day.
Yeah,
we sing songs together. We listen to good uplifting music. I play my ukulele. That makes me super happy.
Friends.
And we're buddies. We're friends. We're best friends. And
we have our own space too. Like Lisa stays up for like 2 hours after I go to bed.
Yep,
and then I get up in the morning.
And I sleep in for 2 hours when he's already up in the morning.
So we have our downtime.
We have a good routine.
Yeah.
And also, guys, we some of you just know that we just love Jesus. So we just have the joy of the Lord in our heart. And that doesn't always mean that we're happy. There are definitely some days when we argue or when we're grumpy or stressed out or worried or fearful. But you know, we ultimately we know that God is in control, and so we just trust our lives to Him, and that's what we do. And actually,
it is Good Friday.
It is Good Friday, and we just wanted to give you one. We're not here to preach to you, but we wanted to give you a quick Bible verse. Don't forget John 3:16.
I learned that in school.
I got bet you guys all know
it in school, and some of us forgot.
So if you forgot, here it is. It says,
"For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in Him should not perish but have eternal life." This is Good Friday.
Yes.
And that's the message.
Yes. So look up John 3:16, and actually the whole chapter of John 3 is amazing. So I would say grab your Bible. It is Good Friday. It's Easter weekend. It's a good time to grab your Bible.
You guys asked,
John chapter
we gave you
3.
the answer.
There you go.
Hey, awesome. Jarhead and Ginger, we are excited to join y'all for Nomad Church soon. Yes?
Yes.
And we're looking forward to seeing you.
So here's the thing. A lot of you guys might not know that Kent actually preaches every Saturday night online for Nomad Church.
Yeah.
It's kind of a new thing. We've only been doing it for a few months. Garrett and Carolyn from Diary of a Family.
Yeah, they begged us to do this, and we're like, okay, we'll do this.
And Richard and Bridget from X Marks the Spot, Jarhead and Ginger are planning on joining us. So it's small, but it is growing. So if you are interested in being part of Nomad Church, we just feel that because we're nomads, it's just really hard to get connected in a church family.
When you're leaving a city, you don't want to, it's like you're going on to new adventure, but there's certain things in life that you're like, hey, I need to be connected with others on certain ways of making life work.
Yeah. Someone who understands where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, if you're interested in that, just send us an email, hello@livinglightrv.com, and we'll talk to you about that. And we'll let you know when we're meeting. Can somebody
Lisa, did you do that? Yeah, she did.
I changed all the settings today, and now it just beeps every half an hour, 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So crazy. All right. I do have 2 more questions. Home or Rome asked us, what time of year did you do the trip up north, and what do you recommend in terms of season and weather? You take it. I have to take it.
Oh my gosh. We went up to the Yukon. Okay. We saw some fall colors that were just incredible. So I think when we went was the best because the sunsets were incredible. The color of the flora that was in the Arctic, all of the locals would drive out to just experience it and just see it and just sit there in a lawn chair and there was no bugs.
No, it was shoulder season. And
it was the end of August, the beginning of September.
We went on the SS Kino tour up in, was it Kino?
Yep.
Yeah, it was Kino up in Dawson City, and we caught the last day of their tours.
Yeah.
So just be aware of that kind of thing when you go shoulder season.
Seasons they get into winter sooner than most.
If you're thinking of going to the Yukon in the spring shoulder season, be prepared for much colder weather because in the fall it's getting cooler, but in the spring it's just starting to get warmer. So
and late spring, early summer, you're going to have lots of bugs. And everything's going to be green.
I mean, look at this. You guys just saw what it looks like here in Calgary.
But if you want to
see... In April, and Dawson City is a lot farther north. But
if you want to see the colors of the tundra, and they blew my mind.
Go in the autumn.
Blew my mind. It was like, are you kidding me? The orange, the reds are just incredible.
Nathan Urich asked us a question a couple weeks ago. He said, is it safe to use your portable RV buddy heater inside, and do you crack a window open?
We use it inside.
We do.
Bessie... does not need windows cracked open because she already breathes.
She has basically no insulation. So you can just stand here and feel the breeze.
And remember that, okay, we covered that vent this time the first time ever with plastic because when the wind was blowing, the vent would...
Like, it was literally...
It was breathing, okay?
Like a wind tunnel through here.
And I also went on the outside with aluminum foil and taped around the vent for the... kitchen above the stove that vents to the outside because the air just blows through.
We are running out of time.
We're running out of time. Yeah. So yes.
But if you are going to use a buddy heater in your rig and you have a very well sealed rig, yes, I would definitely crack a window open. The quirky thing is those buddy heaters, if you buy them in Canada, the box says do not use indoors. If you buy them in the States, it says perfect for RV and boating. So it's the same machine. It's just there's different warnings. So use your own discretion and be careful. Be careful out there, guys. Thanks, care about Mike. You. But those are all good questions. Okay, did we get any more questions on here?
We like our water filter, Mike. We really do. And so, yeah, I hope you love yours too.
Oh, yes, on the no dirty water.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely go to our I don't have the link on our website yet.
Okay.
I need to do that.
Go to our YouTube, find it. Go to Rumble and find it.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to Facebook and find it?
Yes, exactly. Actually, if you just go to, I think it's Blue Tech, or just type in No Dirty Water, and in your order, do Living Light 15, you'll get that 15% discount on your whole order.
We won't get anything from that, so they have to go through our links.
No, they don't.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Do they?
Oh, yeah. Remember the QR code?
Ignore that.
Yeah.
I will put the link in the description of this video as soon as we're finished the live stream. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Mike. We appreciate your support. And we are affiliate people with them.
Yeah.
We have an affiliate program with them. So if you guys do buy that water filter, we do get a little bit of kickback. So thank you for supporting us.
And you know what? We're RVers. We all need the water filters. We really do. So I suggest you spend the $100. You get a 0.2 micron filter and one less worry.
Yeah, exactly. Scott and Janet did ask us a question a few minutes ago. Are you able to get to church at all? And yes, we are. So Kent does the Nomad Church on Saturday night. And then on Sunday mornings, if we are available, if we don't have work scheduled, then we are going to church in Calgary. So
and other people that are in Nomad Church, they go to church. Like one couple that were in a campground, there was a church right behind them that they were going to.
So sometimes we do both.
Were they boondocking?
I don't remember.
Okay.
So yes, and it is good to be in a church. I mean, it's online church is great, but to be in a church building with other believers, all singing together and praising and just learning and fellowshipping and hugging and all that good stuff is fantastic.
And so Nomad churches, so that when you go around Florida and all of those Texas and all those other places, including Alberta, that you're bringing your church family with you.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a need. Needs to be met.
Okay, I think.
Are we doing good?
I think we're good. You guys are amazing.
How come Jarhead and Ginger's journey's awesome? We hate our Berkey.
You guys, I'm curious as to why you hate your Berkey.
I am very curious.
I love my Berkey. So we do have our water filter that filters all the water coming into our rig, but we also have a Berkey that we use for, coffee and drinking water. So.
Lisa's always been
why you hate it though.
Lisa's always been sensitive to water. Like we would go from Calgary to Alberta to Abbotsford to visit family, and Lisa would be like, "Oh, I don't feel good. It's because of the water."
Yeah, exactly. Scott and Janet still want to know if the Nomad Church is on YouTube. Right now, we've been doing it on Zoom. We're looking at ways of changing the format of it a little bit. But as it grows, we'll have to change it a little bit. But right now it's on Zoom. So yeah, if you're interested, just email us info or hello@livinglightRV.com and we'll give you the details on that. So I think that's it. Happy Easter to everybody. Am I missing anything?
It's been an hour. Wow.
You guys, that went
that was awesome.
Fast. Thank you guys all for your questions. Thank you for being part of our hanging out tonight on Friday night. We love all of you guys. We pray for you. We love this community. We feel like we're connected and bonded to everybody here. And we just want to let you know that it's Good Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah. Hey,
but Sunday is coming. And that's going to be Resurrection Sunday.
I built a little video for in case we had a what were you thinking moment. So here's what it is. Here's what it'll look like for next week.
Oh, there you go. What were they thinking? I mean, really.
There you go. Craziness. What were we thinking? Oh, did anybody see the Easter egg? It is on the original thumbnail for this live stream. It said season 7. I changed it. It now says season 8. But yeah, it said season 7. So that's the Easter egg.
Hey, nobody's perfect. All right, you guys, take care. I think, Kent, do you have an outro for us?
I do.
All right, you guys.
And hey, we love you all.
Get out there. Grab life by the tail. TALE.
Yeah.
Remember your stories. Remember to share your stories, share your tales with each other around the campfire.
2022 is going to be awesome.
It's a great year, you guys. We love you. Take care.